Okay, let's go.
Well, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, man. Look at that. Catfish Cowboy took over the first spot in the chat saying, first.
I saw that.
He beat Sampy in.
Sorry, I was getting the TV ready. But yeah, I saw the other Dustin was in here real early. Very cool,
Yep.
very cool. I also saw that he signed up for the Live Fishing League.
He did. I saw that too.
That's pretty cool. So
what?
Well, how's your week been?
I'm trying to get over whatever this. I think it's a head cold. At least I hope it's a head cold.
Put a warmer hat on, if that's all it is.
I don't know. It's pretty hot.
Oh, okay.
Except for my big head.
You do have a noggin. And I only say that because you talk about it all the
time. Yeah, my week's been good. I've like I said, other than this, I feel fine, except for when I get home, if I'm downstairs and I know it's chilly outside, so I get a little cold, with the being chilly outside, being on blood thinners. I'm trying to make sure.
I've always heard that about the blood thinners.
Yeah, I've had some friends who were anemic, which essentially is the same thing when you're on blood thinners, right? And they get cold really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all excuse me if I cough. I do apologize. I'll try not to do it in the microphone. But it does add to my ASMR voice.
It does. It does. That's a good point.
But anyway, other than that, I've been at work all week. I feel like I've gotten some things accomplished. It's just when I get home, I feel tired and a little bit more drained than I usually do. A little more drained than I usually do.
But Lord have mercy.
I did pin the link in chat and said anybody that wants to come up talk about their CatCon experience, come on up.
This is what happens when you pin it at the top of chat.
Yeah, really. You'd think being co-host and your thumbnail or your symbol is in the thumbnail, you'd be privy to this information, but no.
I figured I just come up here and we will all be sick together.
Okay, that works.
I don't know.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am better, but
that's good.
Nowhere near good, but better. My fever's finally broke, but it's been awful. I guess maybe we should have went flea marketing a little bit more while we were down there. I don't know. Got out of the CatCon area.
Yeah, you see, we adopted the whole flea market thing during COVID. The social distancing.
Yeah. I really don't. It was Bobcat sharing his dental floss with me. I really can't figure out what made me sick. I don't know.
I'll be right back.
All right. I don't know. I feel okay, but my kids, a couple of my kids, they kind of on the fence, but nothing serious.
I noticed James was saying he's not feeling well.
Yeah.
He's the only other one, other than Dustin, that was at CatCon that is not feeling well. It's just the three of us, apparently.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe we're special.
Definitely.
Well, we did hang out close together for a good portion of Saturday.
Not close enough, buddy.
Not flea market close, no.
So I did get to feeling good enough a little bit yesterday. I put the new lights on the boat, which you guys have seen. But so today I brought in all the rods. You're not gonna be able to see them all, but I got all these rods lined up in here and putting new line on them and getting rid of some rods, introducing some new rods. Got we're gonna have even more F.O.A. rods on the boat this year.
Cool.
Of course, we
Nice.
got a few rods like Telly's Wonder Woman rod that's never going away.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Purple Uncle Lou rod that's never going away. But and we can only store. I can do 8. I can do 8 for sure. Maybe 10. I know I can do 10 of the 6-footers because I'll double those up, in the rod locker.
Mm-hmm.
I might be able, if I put a couple 5-footers in there, I might be able to get 2 more. Why'd you let him in?
Well, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got at least a little bit of a smile on your face.
Who?
Which one?
You.
Right now I'm feeling pretty good, so I'll probably regret doing this talking.
But you sound a whole lot better than you did an hour ago on the phone with me.
Well, I think it's that NyQuil maximum strength.
Hey, Alana.
Hey, Alana.
How you doing?
I'm alive.
We still need to do our 1v1,
I have a job in life.
Well, so do I.
Eh, yeah.
Look, I'm sitting over here trying to click on the comments to bring them up on the screen. I'm like,
You have no power here.
Oh,
Chad.
hey, I only took the first 15 minutes of the show.
that's say whatever you want to say, Freddie.
Yes.
They must have had some really good deals at that flea market. As much
There's some
as
proof to that.
But the thing is, I kept going to the flea market, but I never saw them bring anything back.
Hey, look, except messed up hair. I don't understand. You go to the flea market and come back less makeup, little hair messed up. I'm just saying.
And that was just Austin.
New shirts. Their shirts were all crisp and clean when they walked out to go to the flea market. Come back, it's wrinkled all up. You can't even read their names.
There wasn't an iron board at the flea market. I'm sorry about that.
And the messed up hair and makeup was just Austin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
It
true.
was. Yeah, my eyeliner was all whacked up.
Oh, but I think overall it was an awesome experience. Got to see a lot of old friends that I've known for a couple of years. Got to meet some new people for the first time.
Now they're old.
I got to hang out with some old friends. Got to meet some friends that were old.
Yep. Yeah, it was a great time. Per usual.
Yeah, I think I told a couple of people. There's 2 reasons why I go to CatCon. One is to help out where I can during the show, whether it be at the front desk or at the F.O.A. booth. And the second was to hang out with everybody at the cookouts. So,
Yeah, you worked that front door all day Friday, didn't you?
I did.
Look,
Yeah.
but he made up for it in the booth on Saturday. He was there, pretty much nonstop. Look, Dustin was like standing around. As soon as somebody come by, run over
I
there.
didn't see him sell anything.
How many rods did you sell, Chris?
I don't think I sold a single rod.
I still like my last sales, which was a sling. I walked over because I'd won that rod from the veterans booth. I was doing the giveaway, and I walked back over, had it in my hand, and there was a gentleman looking at the slings, and he was like, man, I wish I wouldn't have seen these. I said, but they're awesome. That's an awesome product. Great sling. You know, I love mine. He goes, yeah, I just don't catch fish. I just don't catch fish big enough to put in these slings. I looked at him and said, but you always got to have a goal, right? He goes, okay, give me one.
Yeah. All I know is
you were the perfect person for him to talk to too, because the first fish you ever weighed in that sling was like 8 pounds. I looked at him. I was like, "You're really gonna use the sling?" Yeah, I'm gonna use the sling.
Absolutely.
Okay, whatever. You know, like.
well, all I know is whoever came up with the idea to hang that sling up and put those crocheted catfish in there, that person, genius.
Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
All I got to say.
I appreciate the compliment on that.
Yeah.
Well, it's only because somebody left Big Boy here at the house and didn't bring him with me. I'm just saying.
Well, bring it next year.
He would have been perfect in the sling.
I know.
Dang it, Freddie.
He'll definitely be one of the first things loaded for next year.
Northern View Outdoors said, buy it, got to use it. That's right.
Yep. Yeah, the first thing I sold was a rod, a 5-foot Freddie rod, to a guy that didn't know how to use a bait caster. So I felt like Tommy Callahan. That was pretty cool. And then, I don't know. I think maybe I sold a couple other little things. I'm really not a good salesman. But then the last guy I was trying to sell a rod to, and he said, you know, I don't fish, I just drink. And I was like, well, what are you even doing here? You know, like
great salesman.
It's like, get out of my store.
First thing I would have said, well, you've got family that fishes, right?
And if I was a decent salesman, I'd have told him, well, we got cups.
Yeah.
We got cups. But
we got koozies.
It threw me off guard. I didn't know what to say to him.
It's not very often that happens.
What, me not knowing what to? Yeah, I guess
exactly. Joshua wants to know what kind of toys everybody got at CatCon.
Well, I'll start my favorite thing, and you know, we haven't used it yet. I've just put them on, but these lights, and I'm going to give Chad credit here. Chad, are you listening? This is the only time I'm going to say it. Chad took me down to this booth, and I bought some of these lights, and these things are pretty slick. I mean, they mount right up onto your multi-bars with zip ties. You can hardwire them right into your boat, but they've got a black light, a white light, and a red light. So you can see that the black light will shine up on the rods. The white light shines out the back of the boat if you need it for like landing the fish, and then the red light shines straight down, illuminates the bottom of the boat with the red light, so you can keep your night vision. And that way, I figure, you know, we're out there and we're filming, we can just run those lights until we get a fish on or something. Then you can turn on your big light for filming. But I mean, they're super simple to put on, and I mean, they're zip ties, you know.
Yep,
yeah,
there's
a picture, and that's just
Chris's boat right there. Look how cool that is.
That is nice.
Now I'm hating I didn't get me a setup.
I know. I wish I'd have gotten them.
But I didn't walk around too much at CatCon. I think I walked around twice, maybe 3 times, and didn't really buy anything.
So one of the things I said, you know, and I told the owners this when I bought those lights. I said, hey guys, you gotta come up with something better than plastic zip ties. You know, those are going to get brittle. They're going to break eventually. So Chad and I were brainstorming, and Chad actually found these metal zip ties.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
On Amazon. They're stainless steel. They've got like a little ball bearing thing inside them. So once you push it in there, it can't back out. The problem is the way those lights are designed, you slide it in the slot and it's got to make like a 90, and it's just too stiff, and it won't go in there. So
gotcha.
They're mounted with the plastic zip ties for now. We'll just keep an eye on them and make sure we change them out at least. I'll just figure I'll change them every CatCon, you know.
Yeah, they'll last. But yeah, if you leave your boat sitting out in the sun, they'll.
Well, my boat stays in the garage, so that'll help.
Yeah, I'm just for somebody, you know,
Yeah.
little like any zip tie. Like
What's
my
up,
boat,
Eddie?
you know, my boat, the anchor stays in the boat, and the boat stays in the sun, and then I go to use my anchor, and then as soon as I go to pull it, it snaps those two because those two
Yeah.
tie wraps been sitting in the sun. I'm like, dang it! Every trip I go through like at least 2 zip ties. I keep forgetting about them.
Speaking of anchors, Nina actually bought me a purple never lost anchor while we were at CatCon for my birthday, which is this month coming up. But so she bought it to me early. So been wanting one. I've been using a Walmart anchor that I modified to make it basically the same as those style anchors, but it's not that never lost because I've only heard of 1 or 2 people losing a never lost, and it was extreme circumstances they lost them, and it's 9.999 approval rating.
Yeah, the couple I've heard that were lost, somebody threw the anchor without having the rope attached to anything.
So no, they're great anchors, one of the best out there. And of course, she got purple because it is my favorite color. And not only is it my favorite color, it's Telly's favorite color. So I can show off my anchor to Chris and Telly every time we go fishing. Yeah, look,
We've got a purple
anchor.
We've got a purple anchor.
Oh, I know you do. I've seen it too.
Did you get the Pro? Did you get you the Pro Series or the regular one?
I think she got me the regular one because it's easier for me to deal with.
Yeah, we've got the regular.
I
We
don't
got
know. She called at me and said it's the heavy duty one. I don't know, but it's heavy duty.
The Pro Series has like the spade tips, whereas the regular one has the squared off tips.
No, it's the squared off. Then
Okay.
It's not the spade.
Gotcha.
Because with us, with the spade would just not really work really well because we have a lot of red clay and it would dig in, and it would be really fun trying to get it out of this. Because Carolina clay, they actually make MLB baseballs with. That's the clay comes from the Carolinas that MLB uses in their baseballs. So
I didn't know
when
that.
you dig into that stuff is, you can't get it off. Trust me, my driveway's got a spot of it, and if it rains, I've got mud on everything for weeks.
Wow.
Even the road out in front of the house is that way. It's a little small spot. It's maybe a 10 by 10, but you run over it with the tires. It's a red streak all the way down the driveway, and we got a driveway that's like 100 yards long, and then it's about 2 miles down the road before it actually gets off your tires. So when I leave when it rains.
No sneaking out for you.
Nope.
Yeah, Josh is saying he's never lost an anchor on the bank.
That's impressive.
You should try it sometime. It's just as frustrating as losing one from a boat.
Yeah. You ought to use it and tie it off to your belt loop or something so you stay within, earshot of your camera.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get out of here. I got a few things to touch up and get ready for this expo tomorrow here in Greenville. So it's never ending now. Being a businessman,
wait a minute.
doing all these shows.
Is it Greenville or Greenville?
Around here is Greenville, but it's spelled Greenville.
I know.
Depends on where you're from, Chris.
I know. It's like poking fun.
But Nina said Greenville, and I said
Greenville.
So it just depends. Like what Chris is wearing, depends. But that's all I got to say. We're out of here. We'll see you next time.
Shut up.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for coming up, Freddie. And Helena. Appreciate y'all.
But what'd you get, Dustin? You get anything good?
I got me a bunch of F.O.A. stuff.
Yeah.
And of course I won that rod in the giveaway.
What is it? The Sunset rod? The Mad Cats?
Sunshine. I think it's a Sunshine rod or something like that.
Sunset, I think.
Sunset. Okay. It's very bright yellow.
I mean, I saw it when you brought it over, but I didn't get a very good look at it.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that giveaway and everything they do for the veterans. So that rod will make somebody happy someday. I did get a lot of grief
waiting to win that boat.
Oh yeah, I got mine's on the fridge.
So you can pay the taxes on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I mean, it's not. I mean,
not
it's
a very
a
big
small
boat.
river boat. It's got.
Yeah.
What they
Oh,
have
okay.
a 20 horse on it. Tiller steer 20 horse.
Yep.
Gotcha.
It'd be perfect for me. Perfect.
It'd be perfect for around here.
Yeah.
Gregory Lemon, what's up, buddy? He said, I'm going to show off my new fishing pole for crappie tomorrow on the DHA show until tomorrow morning. Awesome. That's awesome, Gregory. I wish I could watch, but unfortunately, I'm working in the mornings.
Yeah.
When y'all are live.
Yeah. Usually I take a break around 9 o'clock, so I can catch at least a little bit of it as long as I actually take my break. But yeah, I got a bunch of F.O.A stuff at CatCon, and then what do we get? I got another Catfish clothing T-shirt. Lauren got a Catfish clothing sweatshirt. I bought a 15-foot rod off of Freddie that he was selling for dirt cheap, and I'm really looking forward to getting a good fish on that on the boat. On the boat, a 16-foot boat with a 15-foot rod. But
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I was dragging baits with it before because I was on Jodi's, the Monster Power Hour on Tuesday, and I went out there for a little while before the show. I was dragging baits, and I had that thing in the corner rod holder, and the whole time I'm thinking this is the dumbest thing but I had a planer board on it, and I was like, man, this is going to be wild if this thing gets hit. But I didn't get it. I did get a good bite on it when I was anchored up, but it didn't hook up.
There's a Whisker Warrior, Rebel River Cats. Thank you so much. 7 months. Appreciate you.
All right,
Roger,
gentlemen, I'm going to go lay down.
That's probably a good idea. I'm going to do the same thing right after the show's over with.
Okay,
hope you feel better, buddy.
I'm getting there. I'll recover sooner or later.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for letting me jump in here for a few minutes. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
We'll see you guys later.
All right,
later.
See you.
Yeah, I also got another Catfish clothing hoodie. I got one my first year I went there, and then I got another one. I had to get another one.
Oh, you did?
This last time, yeah.
Did you get another yellow one?
No, this one's green. Well,
okay.
It's kind of the yellowish green, but it's I got it in the other room. I'll go get it. I'll show it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted one. They have a camo one that looks really nice, and I almost bought that, but I don't really need any more. I don't really need any more clothes to begin with, but I wanted to get at least a t-shirt. And we got another set of F.O.A planer boards. And Freddie had all these random rods that he was trying to sell. I guess he got them dirt cheap from somewhere, and we were all standing there, and Chris Hooks and Hammocks, he put that rod together, and I think Freddie hung an 8-ounce weight on the end of it, and it felt so funny. We had the same idea at the same time. Like if you caught a suspended fish on that 15-foot rod, it'd be wild. So I said, how much do you want for it? And he told me. I said, it's sold. It's mine. Chris. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's more yellow, but it's got a little bit of green tint to it.
Oh, okay. Kind of like a light lime green-ish.
Yeah.
Cool.
But like I said, it's the life at the bottom with the skeletons.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I like that a lot.
I get one. I'm going to get one every year I go because I know they're going to have new designs and everything. I wanted to get the one with the graph.
Yes,
They had it printed on him, but I'd like to see more of the graph on the hoodie, like halfway up.
right.
This one was only like it looked like the bottom quarter of it. So
Yeah, the one that you bought this year with the skeletons on there, there was one that was camo, and it looked really good. It was a brown, a green, and like a gray or a black or something, and I liked it a lot. But I have so many hoodies. I don't even know. I don't know where I would put more hoodies if I had them.
I tell you, that's my favorite piece of clothing to wear is a hoodie because of the pocket in the front.
Yeah. Yep.
But no, like I said, I got my hoodie. I got some more F.O.A stuff that I'd been needing. And I won that route. I didn't buy anything from anywhere else.
Right.
Excuse me. And like I said, I really didn't have any intention. I didn't have any. Well, not intention. Well, I didn't have any intention because I didn't have the need to buy anything from anywhere else. So, I knew I was gonna probably help out at the front door one of the 2 days, and I knew I was gonna help out at the F.O.A booth the other. So,
right.
But that was my focus when I got there, and just hanging out and chilling with everybody and getting to talk with everybody a little bit more than I did last time I was there.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I did buy. I bought a lot of lead. I bought some weights, so I didn't have to pay shipping. Because there's it's very like if you go to a bait shop local here and try to find 12-ounce sinkers, you're probably not going to find them. You know.
Right.
It's like if they have them in stock, somebody finds out about it and cleans them out or something, you know, or they hardly ever order them because a lot of people don't fish. Even a lot of people that catfish don't fish with weights that heavy, you know.
Right.
But so I usually, you know, I got to order them online, but then you pay an arm and a leg to ship them.
Yep.
So I bought like $60 worth of 12-ounce and 10-ounce sinkers.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know. That was. Let me restate my last comment. I did have some intention of buying something, but that was strictly from the F.O.A booth anyway. I was going to buy more dragon weights.
Oh yeah.
That was the only thing I knew I was going to need. So I got, you know, Freddie has some F.O.A has the shorter stubby 4-ounce weights and then the longer 4-ounce. So I bought 12 of the shorter ones. I think will work good for suspending too. And then I bought some of the longer dragon weights because I knew I needed some. And then I also bought another planer board set from F.O.A.
I did too. Cool.
I'm still here, my.
Okay.
I don't know why it does that. Every now and again, my camera loses connection.
Yeah, I got some of the stubby dragon sinkers too, and then another set of the planer boards. Roger says he's getting ready to order a sinker mold that does 12, 14, and 16 ounces.
Nice.
What's up, Dustin? What's up, Austin?
Hey Josh, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I've been better, but I've also been worse. So
Yes, sir.
I'm doing pretty good.
Austin and Dustin, it was good seeing you at CatCon.
100%.
I'm glad I was able to meet you this year. You were on the top of our list to meet this year.
Well, thank you. Yep, it was a pleasure seeing you again and your sister.
absolutely.
You enjoyed it.
Yeah. Were you there on Saturday, Joshua?
No, just Friday.
Okay, I was about to say, 'cause Saturday I didn't see you at all, and I thought I would, but that explains that.
Roger says, "Hey, Josh." Talking to Josh. Yeah, you better get out of his way when he's crawling around CatCon because he'll run you over.
Joshua was driving around like it was Daytona. He had people to see and things to look at. You know, things to buy and whatnot. He was on a mission.
Mm-hmm. I bought
But
a
yeah.
12. I bought a 12-foot rod.
Did you?
Nice.
I did.
What kind?
It's called Six Gill. It's a
Okay.
brand called Six Gill. I bought it from Michael Murillo
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
that he brought there to sell.
Was that the
Right.
the swap meet or the swap shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I bought a Cast King Supremus 2 reel for it.
Cool.
And then
Nice.
I
Very
also bought some weights. I bought pyramid sinkers this time.
Okay. Yep. The trusty old pyramid sinker.
I bought coin weights last year.
Right. Yep. There's size matters.
Yep.
What's up, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew.
How you doing, Andrew?
Got to meet Andrew at CatCon this year for the first time, and that was nice to see him.
Hey, thank you, Miss Nina. $5. Appreciate you. Says, don't forget to hit that like button. I'm gonna
Hey,
sneeze.
Nina. Thank you, Nina.
Excuse me.
Also, obviously, incredibly nice to see Nina. I always enjoy seeing Nina.
And thank you.
Our first stop was to the River Cats tackle booth, and then I said to Bethany, "Where do you want to go now?" He said, "Let's go meet Dustin's." We went to the F.O.A. booth, and I asked Freddie where you were, and he said he was working the front. So then we went to the front and found you.
Yep.
Yep.
It was definitely a pleasure meeting y'all. What's up, Tim?
Hey, buddy.
Catfish dog.
I think one of the highlights of CatCon for me was when I saw you and your sister again. She came and gave me a hug.
Yes, she's a
I love
hugger.
it. That's awesome.
That is cool.
I
love that.
Another thing I was happy to finally be able to do is meet Captain Sparrow from Ancient Mariner. I got to talk to him for a few minutes while I was over there at the River Cats tackle booth, putting in for the for that raffle they were doing. So it was nice to meet him, get to learn. I had to talk to him, learn a few more things about him that I didn't know. And one thing I didn't know was he was a little shorter than I anticipated. But people get that a lot when you meet them for the first time. It's either, oh wow, they're taller than I thought, or they're shorter than I thought.
Yeah, that's like everybody.
I got to meet Jeremy and Andrew, and I've seen Andrew on YouTube on the River Cats Tackle on Sunday nights, but meeting him in person was a whole different experience.
We see you, Lisa. Palmetto said, I just need Austin to know that the cinematography really went deep.
Kevin, it was just a joke, buddy. You did a fantastic job at the show. I promise. Okay, it was just a joke. Love you, buddy.
Lisa, we see your comment. She said, I was surprised to see some of Austin's family there. Just posted this to see if you read my comments.
Hi, Miss Lisa. How you doing? It's good to meet you at CatCon as well.
Yep. Hey, Lisa.
Of course, Randy.
Yes, and Randy.
He reworded it.
Yeah. It hurt him so bad he had to put it back in there. And then he says, no, you meant it. I did not. It was ironic, though. You got to admit it was kind of ironic, but no, you did a great job. You did a great job, Kevin.
Kevin, how are you doing tonight?
You handled that a lot better than I could. I'm not the type of person that, like that. That ain't me. Because when that happened, I'm sitting there looking at Kevin, and I'm like, man, I'd be so freaking nervous right now. Like that would kill me. But Kevin handled it like a champ. We know he could. It was the devil. Yep.
Hey,
Jake,
Miss
how
Christy
you
Brown.
doing?
Hey, Jenkins, thanks for coming in. There's Catfishing Fever Outdoors. I'll be Kevin's camera guy next year.
Catfish Fever. What's up, Lynn?
Thanks for coming in, Lynn. How you doing? There's John with Small Water Charters, Butterflies and Sunshine. I saw a lot of you up in there earlier, but we were having a conversation. I didn't want to interrupt anybody that was talking, but thank each and every one of you for coming in. We really appreciate it. I know everybody's had a long day, and 9 o'clock it can be a bit late for some people, but we
Yep.
appreciate you. Appreciate you spending an hour of your night with us on Thursday night, just hanging out.
Including the
awesome.
two people that run the show.
My goal for this year is to have more planned content, but the week just kind of slips away from me. So, we get here, or we're here for the show, and then Friday comes. Friday's Friday. Got a lot of stuff going on anyway. And then Saturday we're either out fishing or doing something or fishing related. And then, Sunday for me, it's you spend time with the family. And then Monday starts work. And then Tuesday rolls around. I got bowling. And then Wednesday's here. And I text Austin. I was like, hey, what do you think you think of anything for the show for tomorrow night?
Austin, is your 15-foot a bait casting rod?
It's a spinning rod.
Oh, it's a
It's a
spinning
spinning
rod.
rod.
Cool.
Yep. It's
What
a spinning
reel
rod.
do
The model is a Moon Sniper. And and I don't even know what the make is, to be perfectly honest with you. I bought it because Freddie was selling it for so cheap. But then I went over to the Tackle Bandit booth and bought an Akuma Seamar 8000 series reel to put on it, and it matches the rod, black, red, and silver. It looks really good. But
nice.
Yeah. And we got a couple beach trips planned for this year. Actually, one of them is coming up real quick. But I kind of needed another surf rod, anyways. So,
planning on catching a shark with it?
I probably will. Maybe not on this next trip, but we have another beach trip for November, and I'm sure I'll catch at least one small shark, probably a couple stingray, maybe a good sized black drum. That rod right there is a heavy action, so that's what I'll put the cut bait on that, and then I usually surf fish with 3 rods, and the other 2 rods I'll put fish bites or something and catch puffer fish and whiting and different things.
Right now, I have let me ask your opinion on something real quick.
Okay.
When I bought my rod, they had reels there. I bought a 5,000 size reel. Would a 5,000 size reel work for the 12-foot rod?
Is it a bait caster or
a spinning rod?
It's a spinning rod for a 12-foot rod.
Yeah.
I would, to be honest with you, I would say that's probably a little small.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you don't plan on casting too far, and if you're not using real heavy, line, then you might be okay. Like if you don't plan on casting, like
what's a good size for it?
For a 12-foot rod, like an 8,000 series reel.
Nice.
Something to hold a lot more line.
Yeah.
Because
you're really going to be able to cast a great distance with that 12-foot rod.
Yeah.
So you're going to want something that can have a lot of line. But if you're just, if you just wanted the 12-foot rod because you wanted a 12-foot rod and you don't plan on casting across the Mississippi River like Danny, then
No.
you'd probably be okay, especially if you're only using 20 or 30 pound line or something like that. But
Right now, I've got 25-foot line on the
okay,
rod.
but you can put quite a bit of 25 on a 5,000 series reel. You just don't want to cast too far.
Yeah.
'cause you're gonna run out quick. But
All right, just wanted to get your opinion. Thanks.
yep, no
Just real
problem.
quick,
Buddy.
just want to say this. Nina's post a little bit ago says, "Hello, everyone in chat. Love spending time with everybody at CatCon. And any chance I get to watch a show." Well, we loved having you there. Thank you so much for the support you show for not just our channel but everybody else's channel. I know I probably speak for everybody when I say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everything that y'all do. You and Freddie both, for not just the community but everybody.
I agree 100%.
And Lynn, that was not me thinking. That's my blank look.
Real quick, Joshua. Yeah, I was going to say this as well, but Roger pointed out that you could get a lot more line on that reel if you go with braid instead of mono.
Yep.
Okay.
I was thinking the same thing.
Your diameter, but yeah, I didn't say it because for me, putting braid on a spinning reel is an automatic because it's so much easier to deal with on a spinning reel than mono is.
Cool.
But yeah, braid has such a smaller diameter for the same tensile strength, the same breaking strength.
Yeah.
So that
Tim said,
that
if you're
will
not
help you a
casting
lot.
to the Tim said, if you're not casting to the moon, why have a 12-foot rod?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I was just covering all the bases, Tim. Try.
Thank you.
Of course.
Lisa said, I enjoyed meeting new old friends for the second time and new friends for the first time. Wow, I think she called me old.
You too, Lisa. And especially Randy too.
I got the pleasure of meeting Lisa and Randy for the first time in Tennessee when my family and I went on vacation. We went to the Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg area, and we ended up having dinner with Lisa and Randy, me and my family, at a Mexican food restaurant. And it was a lot of fun. We hung out for quite a while talking. Excuse me.
There you go. Excuse me.
Oh, Joshua's got a dog with him.
That's my dog.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that the 8,000 series reel would probably be the smallest that I would go in the in the long run, anyways. On that 12-footer, a 9,000, you wouldn't have to worry about anything with a 9,000. But they get kind of expensive, when you get up to that size. So it's all in what you want to do. But they had a great, and they might still, if you go on Tackle Bandit's website, they might still have some type of deal on that Okuma Seymar. It was CEYMAR 8000A, and they have a regular 8,000 as well. That one of them has the bait runner and the other one doesn't. But and there was like $10 difference in the cost. And
Nice.
they were they had the show price at the show deal or whatever was like 59 versus and 69, so they were like pretty darn cheap for that reel at the show. But I don't know what they go for regular price.
Right.
Probably not too far off of that though. They usually don't knock but so much money off.
Roger saying, welcome to the catfish community where strangers are friends and friends are family. That's right. Oh. Yeah, but I tell you, the worst part about CatCon for me was, and please, those that live in West Virginia, take no offense to this. The worst part was the trip through West Virginia on the way there. It was I always dread driving through West Virginia because of my previous experiences doing so. And I mean, Austin can vouch because They ended up passing me in West Virginia, and they got 200 yards in front of me. I lost them in the blowing snowstorm.
Couldn't see jack squat.
Matter of fact, I thought they stayed in front of me, and then when I got to the hotel, I kept looking for his truck. I'm like, wow, they must be at the other hotel. And then about an hour and a half later, I get a text saying, hey, we're at the hotel. I'm like, oh, I thought you guys had already been here.
Yeah, we stopped for lunch.
Yeah.
Hey, Joshua, real quick. On Amazon, they got the same reel that I have, the Kuma Seamar. They have it on Amazon for $63. So that's not
nice.
that's like $5 or whatever more than I paid at CatCon. So
Nice.
So that that's a pretty good option. Just trying to help you out there.
Thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Greg Burgess said, I'm going to try to send some pictures to Josh at Weekend Angler of my last fishing trip. Awesome.
Yeah, West Virginia on the way there. You see, but the roads weren't bad. So
no,
like the roads weren't bad at all. It was just you couldn't. There were certain parts like when you got to like Smoot, West Virginia, you couldn't see nothing in front of you.
Yep.
And then and Lauren was sitting there. She was, I don't know what she said, but something to the effect of, this is kind of, makes you nervous or whatever. And I'm over there like, I think it makes it more exciting. And she's like, there's something wrong with you. I'm like, yeah, there is. Like 64 is such a boring drive,
It is that.
But it's straight to the point, though. I mean, other than a few miles, it takes you right. There's a few miles between my house and 64, and then a few miles between 64 and Louisville. So, like, you're on one road the whole trip.
Missy Kennedy, welcome in. She says, hey, now watch what you say about West Virginia.
You never notice how people are always from West Virginia? No one's ever moving there. You ever notice that? Everybody's got somebody for themselves that are from West Virginia. Ain't nobody going there.
There's Miss V. Thanks for coming in. She said, I had an absolute amazing time. Was honored to meet each and every person. I will remember it always. As will I.
Ditto.
Miss Chrissy said, I hate driving 64.
Yeah. It's so easy though, but it's just so boring.
You think that's boring? Try driving Interstate 70 from halfway through Kansas until you hit about Lamar in Colorado.
Yeah.
It is flat and nothing.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That's horrible.
But yeah, it's nothing but a big wind plane. Because I mean, I remember when I moved out here, excuse me, you can see if you're in Goodland, Kansas, which is about 15 minutes over the state line going east into Kansas, and you look back to Colorado at nighttime, the town that I grew up in Burlington, about 15 miles on the other side of the state line, so you're about 30 miles away. If you stand on the outskirts of Goodland, you can see the lights of Burlington 30 miles away.
Yeah. So flat.
Yep. You can see the curvature of the earth too. It's
crazy.
I have no desire to go back there.
No. But we used to live in Illinois, so I remember family trips when I was real little that were like that. Of course I was, actually driving it is completely different, but I remember how long the trip seemed, riding in the car as a kindergartner. I could only imagine having to drive, hours and hours and hours of that. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah, my daughter I think she was probably the most experienced 15-year-old in the state when she got done before she got her license, because we ended up taking my dad back out to Colorado, and she drove most of the way out there and most of the way back. That's cool. That's about 1,200 miles on a learner's permit.
Yep. That's awesome.
I'll still never forget. I know
That's pretty
ahead.
cool that she gets to say that too. I mean, that's
Absolutely. And I'll still never forget. And I didn't realize this. We took a different route than I usually did because we were coming up a little farther south to stay with my cousin in a small town in Kansas. And we took a southern route, and I didn't realize we were going to cross. Oh, I want to say is the Missouri and the Mississippi close to each other.
Yeah,
I want to say that those two, but they're literally within 10 minutes of each other, like the bridges. And my daughter hates bridges, and so we drove over the first one, and she was white knuckling it, and then we come up. I didn't realize we were that close to the Mississippi River, and of course it's a little bit wider, so the bridge is a bit longer and it's narrower. And I'll still never forget. I felt like she didn't breathe for 10 minutes afterwards, and she was just sitting there in the steering wheel, staring at the road, and all I heard was, I'm like, welcome back, welcome back.
poor thing.
Yep, man. Yep, into St. Louis. Yep, that's exactly because then she, because of her eyesight, she couldn't drive at night yet, and so we got into St. Louis rush hour traffic on the way back, and we had to hurry up, and it was getting dark. We had to hurry up and find a pull off where we could. We ended up pulling off a side street off the interstate, got to a stop sign, and got out of the car. And she ran one way, I ran the other.
The
We got back in the car. Yep, took off. But I sent my wife a picture when we were driving. We were on Interstate 70. What's up, bud? We were on Interstate 70.
landed.
And the speed limit on 70 in Colorado is 75.
Right.
So I take a picture. I lean the camera back and I take a picture of her and the speedometer. She's going 80. So I sent it to my wife, and she's like, "What in the world?" I'm like, well, she's going 5 over.
Yeah.
You say hi to everybody.
Hey, Landon.
I gotta jump off.
All right,
Okay,
Joshua. Thanks
Joshua.
for coming up, bud.
All right, you're welcome.
Have a good night.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Tim, Catfish Dog says, "Fire Chief." Oh, you want to sit on my lap? Oh, I got a special guest tonight. Miss Chrissy Brown saying, "Hello, Landon." Oh my God, you're 17 years old. You're too big to sit on my lap. Butterfly saying, "Hi, Landon." Oh, yeah. Lisa saying she has a friend who is deathly afraid of bridges. Yeah, my daughter cannot stand. My mom, we went down to Florida. We drove straight 95 down to Florida to see my uncle. It was one of my other uncles. Everybody saying hello. Wave.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jenny.
Oh, mommy might be
buddy.
watching.
Hi, Boo.
We was probably asleep, but my mom is so scared of bridges that every time we cross over one, she has to close her eyes.
I knew somebody I knew of somebody like that. Yeah. Yeah, then it was a guy that I worked with, and he wouldn't tell his wife. It was his wife. He wouldn't tell her when they got on the other side. So he just wanted to. He would always see how long it took her to open her eyes. Like maybe like a mile past the bridge. Like, is it over? Is it over?
Miss Chrissy says she doesn't like bridges or tunnels, and neither do I all that much. Matter of fact, we were going to go to it's a state park that starts with a K.
Yeah.
State park that starts with a K.
It's in Virginia. It's across the whatever that bridge. You go over the bridge, under the tunnel, over the bridge, under the tunnel. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I was dreading that because I don't like tunnels, especially ones that are underwater.
Kip to Peak.
Kip to Peak. That's it. And I didn't. I was towing the boat, and we had to go. I was always worried about the wind on the bridges, and something always happening inside those tunnels. I do not like, and heaven forbid there be a traffic jam inside a tunnel.
Yeah,
I'll probably have a panic attack.
Yeah. But see, bridges have never bothered me in any capacity, but but tunnels, that's one thing it's really cool when you're a kid, and it's really cool when you're a teenager or a young adult when you don't have kids. But if you've got kids in the car, like that, well, after you have kids, like your perspective changes on so many levels, on so many different things. But when you're in a tunnel, you're like, man, this ain't this. There's nothing fun about this, right? There's nothing cool about this at all. I'll tell you what, you're talking about going to Kipta Peak. We went to the same area. We went camping, and I pulled the camper through there and across the bridges into that area, and I'll never do that again. And and then before you go through the bridges, you're supposed to stop if you have propane. If you have propane tanks, you're supposed to stop and prove that you've got them shut off and everything, because they don't want an explosion in the tunnel.
Right.
But, of course, I'm thinking, like, you see the sign, propane pull off, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, they're not talking about, a 20-pound tank. They're talking about like a tanker. They're talking about something that would actually cause damage to the tunnel. No, they weren't. They're talking about anything, because they stopped traffic going into the Chesapeake Bay Tunnel for me to turn that camper back around and go back through the checkpoint.
I bet you felt this big.
I did.
Oh yeah.
I felt about like that. Especially since there's no room to turn around a camper. Like there's and then it's not like they stop traffic going the other way, so you can pull back onto 64. I'm sitting there like, what do you want me to do? And this lady's like, you're just gonna have to go, baby. And I'm like, okay.
Gun it.
But yeah, I'll never do that again, ever.
Miss Chrissy said a tunnel underwater. We are definitely turning around. Yeah, the tunnels. So out to Kipta Peak, I think you pass in through 3 tunnels that are underwater and on 3 bridges that are over the same body of water.
Yep.
It's and they're not short ones either.
No. When you're a kid, it's really cool. But when you're a parent, it is not.
I still remember. I still remember the day before we went. I knew I wasn't going to get any sleep because I just worried about that constant worry about something's going to happen.
Yep.
But Catfish Dog said that bridge at St. Louis is the bridge that gave me my fear of bridges, but it also cured me from crossing it so many times.
I've never had a problem with bridges, though.
Randy said that he knows a guy that can't go south out of Indiana because of bridges.
Wow.
I'll tell you, though, I was talking to Kelly, my wife, on the way home. I still remember, well, it's not, I say that like it was years ago, last weekend. When we were driving through that snowstorm in West Virginia, when I finally came out of a patch of that snowstorm, we were on that big stone bridge. I don't know.
Yeah.
It had a pretty steep angle. I was telling Kelly, I am not looking forward to crossing down on the way back, but you don't cross them on the way back. You only cross them on the way
Your
there.
wife.
Yep.
And I didn't realize that.
Your wife.
My wife, that's right.
Yep. I'll tell you what, it's fun though, driving through. Well, fun and one kind of fun, but when you're driving through Charleston and you go through the yellow and blue bridge, and then you go through the other set of bridges because all you did was go around a mountain, and
Yep. But I will say that all the waterways that we saw going up there were all blown out, debris filled, brown, muddy, all of them.
Yeah, on the way there,
he's not feeling it.
I mean, but they were still beautiful though. It's still
absolutely.
Like, I don't care what it looks like. I love seeing seeing water on a road trip just gives you hope. Like it just good. Like it just, I don't know what it is, but I love it. But then my wife, she's like a child, and she says I gotta go to the restroom. and we're in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing, and we see a sign for Paint Creek, which I didn't know this, but is evidently a fairly well-known area. But there's a small community college there, and there's a recreational area there. Well, we didn't go to the community college; we went to the recreational area, and I had to. I said, "There's a sign that says a fishing pier." I said, "Let's see if there's a bathroom over there," and I actually thought I was going to have to put the truck in 4-wheel drive to get it out of there because there was like a good 6-7 inches of snow on the ground at the recreational center. And all there was a porta-john. And it actually wasn't even a porta-john. It was just a shell of the porta-john, but it was sitting over an outhouse. And, and we used the restroom there. And then the creek there was absolutely beautiful. And I could only imagine, like in the spring, it would just be gorgeous there. But yeah.
I tell you, that's about my experience with restroom breaks in West Virginia. That matches almost identical.
Yeah.
I mean, when you ask a gas station attendant, "Where's your restroom at?" and they point the 2 porta-johns out by the main highway. Surprised they didn't hand me a key.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do that, buddy.
Okay.
Maybe might have earphones in it.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Hey,
was
Jody.
the other one? We went to a Subway in West Virginia for lunch, and after you thought that Oscar the fire pit, yeah, if I could have found it, it was under the snow.
I do.
But I went to a Subway, and it was just a real small little town that we pulled into, and there wasn't much there. But the Subway, like the way that they cleared the lots for the stores and the restaurants, like they cleared a lot and made it flat for the actual building, but like all the roads and all the parking lots were like on a 7 or 8 degree,
Oh, wow.
like everything was. And getting out of the Subway parking lot, I was spinning tires, and because there's a car coming down the highway, and I'm spinning tires and fishtailing to get back onto just to get into a gas station. And Lauren's over there holding the old crap handle, on the door, and like,
if we make it out of this alive,
I'm like, what are you? I had to. You got to do it. It's either that or get T-boned by so and so coming down the road. But I think it made it fun.
But overall, I think CatCon this year was a fantastic experience. I'm definitely going to do it again next year. Whoa, man, hold on. One little thing that people might not know is my leg is asleep. But yeah, I love seeing everybody, meeting everybody again. If not, excuse me, for the first time. And I appreciate the gifts of sickness for when I got home. But I hope everybody that was sick feels better sooner rather than later. I'm glad. I'm happy for those that. What's that?
I said it wasn't me. I didn't do it.
I did.
I didn't do it, buddy. I didn't do it.
Did he do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Judge, jury, and executioner. I'm good.
Gregory said, "We all wish that we were there at CatCon." Yeah, we do too, Gregory.
Yeah.
I missed you guys, but hopefully next year we'll be able to see you. I know I'll be going again next year. So, my cat's telling me something. But no, I had a fantastic time, and I thank everybody for their hospitality. Thank you for Freddie and Nina and F.O.A. crew for having me be part of that family. That was a blast on Saturday, get to hanging out with all the pro staff and helping Freddie and Nina sell F.O.A. products. That was awesome. Gregory told me I better be there next year. Yes, sir.
Yep, it was fantastic meeting everybody, like Dustin said. Awesome. Really appreciate everybody.
I'm looking forward to everybody's content this year and seeing what they put out as far as videos, and seeing everybody's channel grow, and looking out for all the wonderful folks that get to get nominated and win the Golden Whiskers for next year. I'm definitely gonna be shooting for a couple of them. So So watch out, Austin.
All right. I'm watching. Maybe we'll get a talk show. Maybe we'll get a talk show award.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. And then you don't have to watch out for nothing because we'll both get one.
That's right. But oh, Jody's had a nice hat. I'm not sure if she's talking to me or you.
Sampy made these for us. Made
He certainly
a
did.
few of them. They turned out really nice.
I love my TSW hat.
And actually, I'm wearing the wrong one. I'm wearing Mrs. Fever's.
You do that quite often.
I know because mine is in the truck. And I always forget it.
But I was glad to see everybody at CatCon. It was awesome hanging out with everybody. Thank you all for coming in tonight and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you. If anybody, as always, well, let me put it this way. As always, please go visit FOACustomsandgear.com. Get all your fishing needs covered there, minus the reels. You can go over to River Catch Tackle over there and use 92210. Get yourself an Ancient Mariner fishing reel. Best reel on the market, in my opinion. And then you can put your Ancient Mariner reels on your FOA rods that you get from FOACustomsandgear.com. You can use code TSW10 or you can use code Fever10. Save yourself 10%. And you help out a fantastic company, fantastic people, Freddie and Nina. So thank you all so much for coming in. We really appreciate it. If you ever have any suggestions or thoughts for the show, please drop me a line at teachsnaggingwhiskers@gmail.com. And we'll see what we can do to get that show together for you. But as always, hope everybody had a wonderful week, has a fantastic weekend, and we'll see everybody next week.
Good week. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Right.
Good night.